Simon said, our Cut-Tex Pro cut-resistant fabric, which, as Simon said, is the strongest in the world at this time. We've achieved, from standard, from performance point of view, we've tested to British standard and European standard BS EN 388 2003. Some of you might be familiar with that. It's reached level 5, which is the highest possible for cut-resistant clothing. We have reached tear-resistant 4, again, which is the highest possible in the world. Abrasion-resistant level 3. We just missed level 4, and trust me, we are working on it to get that right as well. And we will achieve for the next 3 months the highest abrasion-resistant level as well. The applications are absolutely endless. And we'll get started in a second. I'll give you an indication. Our biggest customer is a Japanese metal pressing company. Completely not really within your industry, I guess. But we have issued all the factory worker with exactly this top we have developed for them, in fact, actually. Protect them from cuts on the wrist, on the neck, and some absolutely horrendous injuries. And the idea of Cut-Tex Pro was born about 2 or 3 years ago. About 5 years ago, we started developing UK Home Office certified stud vests in this country. What changed in my business about 2 years ago was the kind of inquiries we received. 2 years ago, we got a number of inquiries coming from social healthcare workers, from midwives, from housing officers, child protection officers, etc., saying that their job responsibility includes to enter other people's premises, sometimes even at night time, and that they feel sometimes fearful, they are worried or scared sometimes. And we believe that also these professions have got the right to be appropriately equipped. So the weight was on our shoulders, design-wise, development-wise, to come up with something that looks like a normal garment, looks concealable, it's not offensive looking, not authoritative looking, not aggressive looking, but gives them a reasonable level of protection. We know, for example, midwives have told us stories like at 2 o'clock in the morning, they might have received a telephone call on their mobile phone saying, can you please go to Mrs. Smith and help her to give birth? And she did a great job and walked to Mrs. Smith. What she doesn't know, what happened within the premises the 12 hours prior to her visit. So we don't know if classic drugs are consumed there, if excessive alcohol are consumed there, or if any domestic violence is going on, etc., etc. So we try to develop something that protects those individuals from potentially cut-resistant, cut-related incident. The same security professionals, a lot of door supervisors, security guards have been slashed by broken bottles, by glass, or by kind of, some sort of edged weapon. Before I show you how good it is, in my opinion, or our opinion, humble opinion at least, this fabric also offers the highest level of bite resistance. That means teeth can't penetrate the material. And that means for those working within special needs schools, learning disabilities, autism, challenging behavior, etc., or mental health care facilities. We've just supplied, for example, Rumpton High Security Hospital in Nottingham, one of the 3 high security hospitals in the country, more or less prisons. And one of the main criteria is what has to be bite resistance. So if they control or restrain someone, that the defending person can't bite, the teeth can't penetrate the skin, subsequently helping us to reduce the high level of risk of severe infections and cross-contamination, bad bacteria, etc., etc. You can get shot, you've got a high chance of surviving. You get stabbed, you've got a high chance of surviving. You get bitten with the wrong person, that may well be a death sentence. Okay? So we believe that is as good as it gets. I'll show you how good it is. I know you can imagine what's going to happen now. You've seen the video, I guess, but I want to show you it anyway. We've got, it's like a surgery in my office. It really is. That's why I'm now loving it. We're going to go through a few tools and toys here, but that's one of the best combat knives ever made, in my opinion. This so Navy SEAL 2009. We're going to go through this. Prison services. I'm acting as a consultant for the POA, the Prison Officers Association. The most common weapon they come across is not something like that. It's difficult to get hold of. It's unlikely to be, I don't know, a Heckler Koch automatic rifle, again, difficult to get hold of within a prison environment. That is easy, and you can find them every day in every single prison around the world, I guess. They are sharpened table frame legs or bed frame legs. If you touch that, good indication that it's serious. The bad news with that is, it's very simple. If you get stabbed, what you should do, and I don't want to bore you to death with all this technical information, if you get stabbed, what you should do, put a tampon on the top and the bottom of the blade, put solid tape around, get yourself to hospital for a higher chance of survival. That's what tampons are for, really. You put it on top of the blades, and you've got a high chance of survival. If that enters your organs, or your system, you have it. It acts like a massive drain, like a massive syringe. You put 2 to 200 minutes, and that's it. That's why the most feared weapon of choice within the prison environment. Okay, we're going to go through this later on with our stab vest. We've got other weapons. We've got telescopic buttons. We've got this. That is, as you can see, is a Stanley knife. And this, that's a proper. That is sharp. True. Well, you can just. That's short, isn't it? So, hey, 2 weeks ago, I knew it would happen 2 weeks ago. True.
Every time.
To tell you the truth, okay? I'll show you the scars, okay? 2 weeks ago, I did a presentation in front of the second largest security company in the world, Securitas, or one of the biggest, Securitas, and in front of police and airport police or military in Switzerland. Major presentation there. And I really got carried away, loving what I'm doing and being passionate about what I believe in. And I slashed myself into pieces and I actually forgot that I actually was wearing a short-sleeve t-shirt. You can see it still, you can see here still. It was actually quite deep. And the gentleman who came with me, Jean-Marc Ecoin, a French specialist, security specialist, who did all the translations from English into French, because none of us spoke English or German, bless me. So that didn't need any translation at all. So it was blood really running down my arm, but I just ignored that. I just slashed myself 20 times completely into pieces. What I said at the end, when I saw the blood slowly sort of drenched through the t-shirt, through my white shirt, I said, well, at least that proves the point, isn't it? It proves the point that you can see. You can see that as serious, but that's not. You can't. Not here.
Okay.
You can do it all day long if you want to. And that is a serious. But you can. Please don't cut your fingers. That is sharp. So if you would do this without something like this underneath, you will probably suffer from quite a bit of bleeding right now, I guess. Now I've got all the confidence in the world in my product, or our product, as you can see. It hasn't even scratched the surface at all. It hasn't even damaged the gown in any form whatsoever. It hasn't. Okay. You can use much more force. Honestly, you can use 3-4 times as much force, and it wouldn't do you any harm. And you have the additional benefits again if you're within security or any kind of education sectors that it wouldn't even allow your teeth to penetrate. So it protects you from blades, all sorts of blades. That's the same. You wouldn't even touch it, I wouldn't even do anything. I want to show you a few products we've developed. Please let me show it. Let me get rid of my jacket. Is that okay? Cheers. I don't want to wear it. I'll keep this wearing now. This is not a sales meeting. Let me just get this clear as well, okay? My job, my company, I've got nothing to do with sales. I wouldn't even know what its cost was, honestly. Not my job. But I would like to show you what we have developed. That's sort of where my brain was used, and because I have a fairly good understanding of operational problems, operational risks, and operational duties, etc. What we have developed is a number of products. For example, there was an incident at Franklin High Security Prison in March, April last year, where a female prison officer opened the prisoner's cell in the morning. He had a broken ketchup bottle and sticked it in her back. It was a wound that wide or that deep, and missed the spinal cord of 4 mm. And she will never, ever walk properly again. It was a very, very big story. You can check it out yourself in the news. Franklin High Security Prison assaulting a female prison officer. I can even send you an email of the image of the injury. It's horrendous, honestly. More importantly, a male prison officer was with her, and he pushed her aside. While he pushed her aside, this guy, the prisoner, slashed him on his armpit, okay, and cut the auxiliary, whatever you call it, auxiliary main artery on his armpit. And he just made it, and he basically crawled his way through the first aid station, not because he had survival in his mind, because his wife was running the first aid station of Franklin High Security Prison, and he just made it. Seeing the injury, again, horrendous. Well, immediately, my brain started ticking again, because how many police officers in this country wear body armor? All of them, a lot. All training stance officers wear body armor. A lot of security professionals wear body armor. But during a defensive situation, and that is what reality is like, 95% I would guess of not special forces, whatever soldiers or untrained people, but instantly will lift their hands and defend themselves. They say, whoa, by instinct. That's the first line of defense. The majority of wounds from the police officers and security guards are classed as defensive wounds. The majority are to be found between here and here, open hand and forearm. Is this, what are you doing situation, okay? That's why that's the most vulnerable area. But when you lift your hands also, you expose this area. You get cut underneath, you might be very, very unlucky. We've developed, for example, a very, very basic Catex Coolmax sweatshirt, and to help you breathe, for your breathability, to wear underneath your body armor, so you don't sweat as much, and it absorbs the sweat and keeps the body heat sort of controlled a bit. But the sleeves and your arms on the sides, usually the area unprotected by body armor, is still protected. So if you would be a security guard or a police officer or any kind of environment, you wear body armor, you wear this underneath. Now you've got stab protection, your body armor is offering, or your bullet protection, but you also have the highest level of cut protection on the entire arm, under your main artery, and this side, the area that is not protected by body armor. That is at the moment the product we get the most inquiries from law enforcement, border control, immigration, prison, and military. Just over the last 3 weeks I've been in Switzerland, Germany, the Netherlands, Sweden. I'm flying on Monday to Prague, and it's primarily because of these products. Okay? But the applications are endless. We've done for Securitas in Sweden, again, one of the largest security companies, developed a windbreaker. You can wear a windbreaker to look like a normal security guard, or like a door supervisor, or any kind of private individual, really. You wear this. That doesn't look confrontational. That doesn't look aggressive. That doesn't look, offensive or authoritative. It just looks cool. Just not me, he might the jacket. And so you open the jacket and just look, you've got highest level of cut protection all the way around your neck, up to here, all the way. Again, can it save your life? Well, I would say, yeah, I would say so. I really do believe them. We wouldn't have done it, no, if you wouldn't have believed them. Our job is not, as I said, not about sales. We don't make a fortune on the run. We really genuinely care about people. We really run the business from the moral point of view, in a really good way, I believe. And we wake every morning up and meet in the office and we smile on our face, and time will agree with that, believing that somewhere down the line we are saving people's life with what we do. The money we make is a secondary thing, and that's something I don't worry about too much. But will it save people's life, or can it save people's life? Yes, no doubt at all in my mind. It probably has already. Same situation here. If this would be a security guard or whatever security officer would wear this on a nice black suit jacket or a nice black suit, you wouldn't believe it's a cut-resistant garment. As you can imagine, you can line this part with Catex Pro as well to make sure your neck is protected as well. We have done it for in South Africa actually. A taxi driver, they bought it because South Africa, one very common assault, you may know that, is that the passenger sits behind the taxi driver and cuts the throat. Okay, so now they wear a similar kind of sweatshirt. If they feel comfortable with the passenger behind them, they sort of relax. If they feel a bit, this geezer behind me looks a bit dodgy, zip it up. And you've got a higher level of staying safe. Is it cut-proof? Is it stab-proof? It's not. It's just cut-resistant to the highest level. But that fact in itself, I believe, will increase your chance of coming home safely to your family. I really believe that. Okay. If the assault you're suffering from exceeds a certain kind of force or uses a better blade, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't. It has to become. Whatever you wear has to be in proportion to your operational risk, duty, and whatever. You don't wear a body armor that's 15 kilograms just because you're scared. It has to be limited somewhere. But for the customers we are dealing with at the moment, that seems to really tick the boxes. You can imagine you can do it all sorts of forms. You can do it in turtleneck or whatever. You can do it in the same garment you have here, turtleneck. We've just done this product, in fact, 9 months ago, for a company called Unipress, a metal pressing company. They got contacted us and they tried to look for something like that for almost 3 years. It's true. And the injuries, the images they sent us, blew me away, seriously. And from chopped off fingers to cut forearms, cut chest. The last image we got from them was in maybe March, April last year, something like February, March, last year. And the one guy cut himself 3 times on this main artery, just 3 times, right next to each other. They're dealing with metal sheets, very, very thin, never vibrating. And somehow he walked past whatever, and he cut him 3 times with a split second next to each other. Anyway, luckily he survived. since they have issued that, it's true, as now for almost a year, the first 500 we supplied of their mail during last year, they had not one single cut-related injury anywhere within the area covered by this garment. Okay? I'm happy to provide you with the contact details of the health and safety manager down there. Security company in Gothenburg, where you pronounce it in Sweden. Some of the nightclubs are run by Hells Angels, or many of them are run by Hells Angels. The boys look after these stores. I'm very, very pally with. And they had a few incidents where some guys got a combat knife put between the legs, somewhere here, and they pulled. And a number of door supervisors bled either to death or got severely injured. One of the kind of weird kind of punishment for misbehaving, I guess. And so what they said, can we create something based on their operational needs, operational risk? That's what we do. We really try, and Simon sort of had our consultancy as specialists in that. We really try to listen to what people say. We're not saying this is you have to buy, otherwise get lost. We say, if you don't like that, I really like it, but I could do it a little bit longer. We're going to do it for you. Don't worry about that. We are here to make sure you're safe, or your colleagues, or who you're associated with. When these guys from Gothenburg contact us and say, can you create a boxer short? They can, or a dorsal can wear underneath. So for hygiene reasons, we had an idea of, we could have made money, so hang on, let's use this as a base layer on your skin, or make them wash it every day for hygiene reasons, so you have to buy 3 or 4 per person. We immediately got on the phone and said, listen, don't do it. Use it as a mid layer. You wear your own personal underpants, you can wash every day for £1.50 at Marks and Sparks, you can buy them, but you only need 1 or 2. But you only need 1 or 2 pieces of that so it doesn't break the bank. Right? So it keeps people happy, especially the purchasing manager and the finance director, and still saves people lives. And that's what we're passionate about. I can go on with this all day long, as you can imagine. I just want to show you a couple more pieces. This has been designed, looks like a monster, doesn't it? That, as you can imagine, is a boiler suit. Been developed for a high security mental health care facility in Strathclyde in Glasgow. The first response team, I think you call them within a prison environment, you call them tornado teams. And one Strathclyde in Glasgow, we issued with that. You can imagine, it's fully live Cut-Tex Pro, unrivaled cut protection. Since then, this product is absolutely flying out of office. We just got an inquiry 2-3 weeks ago from SWAT teams in Canada. We just got an inquiry from the Special Military Unit in Netherlands. We got an inquiry I've got my phone actually now from Australia, from a special operations team within the police forces in southwest, whatever they call Wales, or New Wales was called, and asking for exactly the same product. Because what their duties include is when they raid people's property, when they go through people's windows, yes, cut-resisting gloves have been in existence for the last 3, 4, 5 years probably now, or even more, but that's it. But the cut injury risk doesn't stop here. It goes all the way. If a police officer in a stress situation within a hostile environment against a running clock has to jump through someone's window to protect his colleague, then he has to be equipped appropriately. That is going to do the trick. You can put knee padding or shoulder padding and all this on top of it, whatever tools and tools you use, but in general terms, that will cover your entire body. We just supplied, as we said earlier on, 2-3 weeks, or the last 2-3 weeks, we have supplied Runton, one of the only three high security hospitals in England. A lot of stuff, boiler suits, a lot of this product, for example. Now this product is our, and I've used the word terminology, I hate this, I promise you, I hate that, it's the most sold garment. Again, I hate the word sales, because that's all we will be want to be renowned for, but it's the most sold garment. The applications are endless, and I mean it really genuinely endless. We have supplied, I hate the word sold, we have supplied this garment to police forces, to prison services, to private security, to mental health care facilities, to glass handling companies, metal pressing companies, to dozens of private security companies, to special needs, challenging behavior, autism, never-ending story. University security teams, etc., etc. Because two things, because of the cut resistance, but also because of the bite resistance. Because we know when you control restraint, someone things go wrong. Yes, you have a body, you can wear body armor for the rest of your upper body. There's something depending on your operational risk and duty and whatever you decide. But we believe if you wear cut-resistant gloves, in conjunction with that, you've done, in my opinion, a very, very good step towards personal safety. Because I believe, based on our operational understanding of security, that is definitely a main problem, especially within kind of domestic or homeland security, be like nightclub security event, whatever kind of prison services thing. Let's reach around. You can have a bit of a. You can grab and touch and try all those later on. We've done work with trousers, you know what I mean, for same situation. We have lined them with Catex Pro. You know, you can do the same. You can do it black, orange, green, pink, any colour you fancy. Right, that's an interesting one. Same with, then we continued, and because of the customers we are building up and friends we are making with our industry, like law enforcement, homeland security services, these have got involved in this kind of tactical glove market, really. That's an interesting glove we've developed. That's actually designed to protect your wrist as well. So now, actually, you're not protecting your fingers only, but also your wrist as well. It's a great glove, made of the entire garment, the back from the entire garment is done with Catex Pro. So your fingers are really fairly safe now. Great grip, and you can use different kind of materials, but that's the final product on this particular model. Great grip, wrist protection. The entire finger and the wrist up to here, you can see it's all lined. Okay, let me just have a look at it. There are more gloves, you can check them out. I mean, I've got more gloves here, you can give a bit of a touch. That's an interesting one. Again, it's something because I think we've got a good understanding of operational risk and duties and responsibilities. You won't see the difference between this glove and one of the gloves I've just handed over to you. The difference is, however, very interesting. Just open this, please. Yes.
So the gloves, what's the water resistance like? Do they retain moisture?
Good question, can't give you the answer. It's not water resistant, okay, but that's something we potentially can look into. Or what we do a lot of bespoke gloves. There are a lot of materials out there like super fabric, Gore-Tex, especially kind of couture that are water resistant. If we wouldn't know that you say, oh, I like this kind of gloves for my guys, but they have to be water resistant, we can technically look into it. From the manufacturing point of view, we haven't come across anything yet where we have to say we can't do it. Okay, it might be subject to minimum walls, whatever it may be. That would be difficult to say, well, we do one glove just for you because you like it. You know what I'm saying? If it makes commercial sense and operational sense at your end, we'll always find a path to get there. Yeah. But that is a hypodermic needle. If it isn't at the moment, but it's a needle. You can do it. Yeah, you can give it a go if you want. Just be careful, don't go all, you know what I mean? Probably not in rage today. Yeah. No, that's the side.
I was just going to say.
Health and safety out the window, you know. This side is puncture resistant. So it's designed basically if you hand it over, just be careful when you don't. It's that if you search someone, as you know as much as I know, if you search someone and you look for someone for hypodermic needles or any kind of edge weapon or any kind of improvised devices or whatever, to make sure that is really going to do the trick. It's the highest puncture resistance you can do at the moment in the world. The European standard, again, I don't want to bore you, Jeff, gentlemen, 1 second. The European standard for cut resistant and all that kind of stuff is BSEN 388 2003. The highest level of puncture resistance you can get for gloves is level 4. That has achieved level 4. It offers the highest level of puncture resistance of any kind of glove in the world right now. Okay? The only way you get beyond that, if you would use a richer material such as ultra thin sheets of polycarbonate or aluminium, which your sensitivity in your fingers would completely be out the window. That is as light, as thin as it gets, puncture resistant. Now, people working in prison environment, or maybe media environment, or private security environment, or police environment, puncture resistance has become almost as important as cut resistance now in a lot of industries. Okay, because again, back to square one. If you get shot, you've got a high level of high chance of surviving. Honestly, the majority of people getting shot survive. The majority of people getting stabbed survive. If you get pricked by a needle by the wrong person, again, that might be it. Simple. Puncture resistance for me, I take really serious, especially dealing with people who obviously take some sort of gear. You can see we can do different kinds of sleeves. You have sleeves, you have tight sleeves, because some people prefer them to wear underneath their clothing. It takes a little bit longer to put on and take off. That's why there should be covert, yeah? So you don't spend too much time. I personally prefer the oval one. You can on and off within a minute or 2 or 3 seconds. Most facilities we provide sleeves with, they have to got them in the office. If something happens, get out of hand, they put them over quickly, or they hang them on the trousers somewhere on the loop, on a hook. Whatever works. Yeah. Let's have a look. If you just go, if you don't mind. Oh, that's a big one, but that's a size XL. If you look at the windbreaker, for example, they're not heavy and they're not heavy at all. No, we're just doing the same windbreaker you're going to see in a second. We're doing now 10 centimeters longer, 4 inches longer. James, one sec. We're doing the gloves, the windbreaker are 10 centimeters longer for a reason. We just negotiated with a major company, security just in Spain, I keep mentioning this name, and they want this windbreaker to be 10 centimeters longer to also conceal the firearms. For example, the security guards in Switzerland, they all wear firearms. It's not like in the UK where the law against firearms is a bit completely against criminals, completely out of balance in my opinion. Politics, anyway. In Switzerland, every security guard will wear firearms. Okay? And in order to conceal them, we will now create the windbreaker as a second version, 10 centimeters longer. So that's going to take care of that. Okay? Are you all on track so far? Are you okay? Are you good? Yes?
Do you know what kind of visibility
yes.
like what's there? But you know, for example, the straps that you can actually have, can you have them added to?
We've done exactly on the model, we've done, excuse me, we've taken a picture, I can email you a picture. In Spain there's a new law, they have to be a very new particular blue.
Yeah.
So every security guard in Sweden, so what job provider, 1st of November next year, they must wear this blue color. Suit jackets, waistcoats, anything that's blue. And part of the law is, if they wear the blue, they have to wear our 5 centimeter European standard BSEN 471 strap around their windbreaker. Okay, even suit jackets, they have to wear them. So if they work at night time on the road somewhere,
yeah. And that can be added to
anything you want. Any pocket, we've done this waterproof zips, there's nothing you can't do it. That's a good thing. So far we have never said we can't do it. So far we have always delivered. Okay. Okay, are you all good? Are you all happy? Any question before I move on to more? Yes?
The flame retardant.
It's not. It's not. We've tested it to a fire-resistant test, okay? At the British European standard. What the result was, it's not accelerating the flame, or it would not add to anything to the flame. It wouldn't blow into it, it wouldn't blow up, it wouldn't burn, go into flame, or any of that. But it melts too quickly. About 5, 6, 7 seconds from getting the certification.
What about with your overalls, the ones you've done for the Scottish Prison Service?
Okay, there are 2 options. We can either spray it with a fire-resistant spray, it's one option. What we can do, obviously there's a cost issue, we can now use Nomex. Okay, for example, we've tested out quite a lot of clothes, a couple of hundred of clothes for a company or for law enforcement, and they had to be made compulsory. They had to be fire-resistant. A lot of riot teams would make it compulsory. So what we do then is, you can see some of the gloves you've seen early on. You could replace that material, but rather dark black or dark blue or black Nomex. Or Nomex would be passing fire-resistant test, flying color. Yeah. That's a good thing because we deal with so many, because there's so great contrast around the world with fabrics. And you've got one of the most durable materials in the world is called super fabric in America. It's the most durable fabric in the world at this stage. So, for example, if you would say you want a boiler suit, but the elbow pads, for example, and certainly other areas have to be ultra durable because people are usually on the knees, whatever, on the elbows. Then we would add materials such as super fabric, ornaments, whatever it is, to comply with certain laws, regulations, and standards. There's nothing, whatever you want, we can do. It just has to always say, and to be fair to us, and it's not about making money, it has to make commercial sense. Because you can imagine, we've got distributors now in 12, 13 countries, and we're growing so fast, really, the last 3-4 months, because of what we do, and because of this material. We get encouraged every day for samples, on which we have to become a bit sensible in our end. So, well, the people say, I want an animal handling glove. If you want animal handling gloves as well, I can show you in a second. And what I want is a little bit in a different color, a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. But every time we do specific bespoke garments, usually our entire manufacturing capabilities come to standstill just to deal with that, where it's easy for us to do 5,000 windbreaks, but that's easy. On delivery terms, it's really true. We had an incident, actually, an issue about less than a month ago. Where someone wanted 10 gloves and took longer than 500 sweatshirts. Because you have to create patterns, you have to digitize them, you have to create digitized vector images, and all this kind of nonsense, which takes a lot of time. So we can do it, just bear with us as far as time is concerned, potentially as cost. Oh, we will always come up with a cost factor that sort of is as good as it gets. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Have you got any questions regarding the fabric? Otherwise, I'll move on straight away to the body armor.
Briefing, skin. About the briefing.
Perfect. It's simple. It's a fabric. It's a woven fabric. So it's just there's no issue whatever. Look, millions of little holes.
Like a pig.
No, you won't. What if you always say, man? You have to be really fair with it. I mean, but here's the sentence of sweating, dehydration, and uncomfortable, and all that kind of stuff every single day in a business. Body armor, and cut-resistant clothing, any kind will always make you sweat more than a linen t-shirt. It's end of story. It's every manufacturer's dream to create an ultra high-performance bulletproof vest, 1 millimeter thin, and 500 gram light. But guess what? Technology doesn't allow us to do that. And when it comes to body armor, the same. We move onto the subject now.